mildly freaking out right now. I don't say those words lightly. It is, what time is it? I've left my phone somewhere. Clock says 11:22. I know it's not 11:22. It's about 5 o'clock, I think. And we're about to embark on our first ever night shift as a registrar. Scared is an understatement. So preparing for night shifts is always terrible. I'm gonna make a coffee because I've been sleeping for a couple of hours, and hopefully that's gonna get me into gear. I don't know, man. I do not know. We'll make it up. We'll make it up. I definitely over froth that milk to an extreme. Whatever. Coffee is coffee. That is horrendous froth. Yuck. I was getting distracted. I don't think you can ever properly prepare for a night shift. The first night shift is always going to be difficult because you're transitioning from like normal daytime to, you know, evening. And I just don't know how easy that is to do for a normal person. But having said that, I haven't worked since Friday last week and it is Wednesday. So that's a good thing. I feel rested, even though I don't feel like I've had enough sleep and don't feel ready to do this night shift. So that's good. At least I will get through on pure adrenaline, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll just chill for a bit. We'll probably leave in a couple hours time, head off, get some handover, see what's, you know, pending. And I guess the main role is tonight we have to do admissions, and then you know, whatever happens after that, whether we have to go in and do operations with consultants or we just chill or help out on the ward, whatever it is. So we will hold a phone and mainly be dealing with people coming into hospital, sorting out their paperwork, seeing them, and yeah, doing everything like that. But for the moment, what we're going to do is to distract ourselves, drink a coffee, which is pretty much 50% froth, 50% coffee. And then I've got some leftover oranges because I did a video the other day about suturing oranges, and I think oranges are like the worst suture material ever. But we're gonna make what do we call it? The dried oranges. What do we? Oh, this is. I have actually just gone completely blank. I'm having a stroke. What do we call these things? Like chocolate coated oranges that are like dried out. I need to walk over and see the orange and then maybe I'll think of the answer. I have no idea what this is called. Anyways, maybe we'll start doing it and then you guys can tell me. But essentially we have this like dryer thing that we're gonna plug in. It has all these different temperatures, and then we stack them up once they're all done so they can like dry out. This is gross. I don't know why this isn't clean. Let's give this a bit of a wipe down. What is it called? I can't think for the life of me. It will definitely come to me in like the most inopportune time. So what we're gonna do is for the next 7 days, because we've got 7 days of this stuff, is we're gonna vlog our experience and give you guys an insight as to what it's like to actually be a registrar on nights. Might be slightly different to being like a resident or something like that. Registrar might have a few different responsibilities. Cool. So we're gonna leave this here, and we're gonna, I was gonna make granola, but maybe I'll do that later. And we need to, this is gonna be way too early for this. I'm gonna pop this back in the fridge. The chocolate only comes into it much later down the track. where they're actually all like dried out. The first step is the drying process. So usually leave this for a good couple of days because they're too juicy to dip. Now I like eating all of the orange, you know, rind and all, so I'm not too fussed. And I like having like half moon shape, that's fine. In terms of how to prepare for a night shift, I mean, you can try to get some sleep beforehand. That may or may not work. I think it's very hard if you've slept like a normal person the night before to try to sleep again during the daytime. I just cannot get these like oranges to be cut right. Yeah, this is chaos. Anyways, I'm gonna start lining these. Put all my oranges there, and you just start like putting them on like that. Maybe I'll show you this way. So you pop them on. That is a chunky monkey. Let's leave that. That's the same one. That's the same one. I need to figure out a better way to chop these because they're all different sizes. Yeah, all right, we'll figure out a different way to cut these next oranges. Okay, I have to go and look up what this is actually called because I'm a bit worried I'm losing my brain here, to be honest.
Research.
Say, that took way too long to work out. I was like, gonna speak about my instrument that I have here. Obviously, it's a dehydrator. So obviously, what does a dehydrator do? It dehydrates oranges. You'd think that would be very intuitive. Anyways, we have now figured out what we're doing. We're making dehydrated oranges. So that's done. Yeah, this is much better. Oh, check out these. These are, I won't knock that. These are perfect. Look at these, perfect discs. And then we're just gonna go like that. How good. And they're actual semicircles that will, oh man, you guys need to see this. Like, this is just like layering to perfection. What we were doing before, savage, you know? These are gonna be awesome. We're gonna get this dehydrator on and away. Let's do it. Now, we're not gonna cook our dehydrator, but there's not many other places to put it. And I reckon we might have this going. Yeah, okay, so what we do, it turns on, and then we're gonna go, so 35 is herbs and spices. We want 58 for fruit. Dehydrated oranges. Couldn't figure out for the life of me what it was called, but we ended up figuring it out by Googling. You know what I typed into Google as well? This is probably the saddest thing. I was like, chocolate covered oranges, no juice. And then dehydrated oranges came up. So if you type in enough information, you'll get the answer. In order to survive night shift as well, we ended up buying FIFA. Now, it wasn't as straightforward as we originally thought. Actually, yeah, I still haven't returned it, to be honest, but we went to the shops the other day and I was like, I'm definitely going to get FIFA. I really want to play with like my friends and my brother and everything like that. And then I get it and I'm like, oh yeah, this is perfect. So you look at it, you're like, yeah, FC24, this is elite. Except then you look at what I've got. Now, if you can't see that, that's a PS4. And what we've actually got here, yeah, obviously PS5 version. And then I put in the disc and I was like, oh, it's not working. It's not saying like it's registered, yada, yada. And then I try I've only got one other game and I put that in and that seemed to work. So I was like, oh, this is pretty weird. Like, I'm gonna have to take it up with the manufacturers. I haven't realized at this point that we've got the complete wrong operating system, the wrong console to play this game on. And then it clicked and I was like, this is so me. Had a few expletives in there just to illustrate my frustration, but was no good. Anyways, we bought it on the online store because like you wouldn't think to return it and then get a new disc. The disc is still there. I just buy another thing that's easier access. 45 gig download later, we've got it up and running, and we had a few games today, which was good. We've got some questions to do. Essentially, our main goal for the week of night shifts is going to be to survive, to run into as little problems as possible, to solve as many problems as we can, and we'll essentially like learn heaps and upskill massively. Looking forward to that part. The way in which we do it will be interesting, but yeah, I guess it is okay. We also have a cafe at the hospital again, which we have not had we had a cafe for 3 days, and then they shut down, the owners left or something. We've been having this coffee van that comes only the last week or so. Only the last like 2 or 3 weeks, which has saved us, but that's only for a small portion of the day. So in terms of what we're going to be doing overnight to survive, I'm thinking about stopping off on the shops on the way through and getting some snacks, getting some coffee, just keeping the vibes high. I think night shift is mainly a vibes thing. And if everyone's, in the right headspace, can support each other, it actually makes for an okay experience. But yeah, we will see. We will see. Maybe a few late night Macca's runs or Uber Eats jobs. Not against that. So yeah, we've got questions to do. We're going to go ahead and do those. We've got the GCSE that we're studying for. So yeah, this surgical exam that costs way too much money, but we're only going to try to do it once and pass it and then forget about it. Yeah, it's a brutal exam. But yeah, we're going to just be studying for that, like flat out, during the night shift in our time off. So yeah, should be okay. Alrighty, let's get to it. And by get to it, I mean do nothing and stress for the next 2 hours, obviously. Alright, it's time. We've got our jacket on. This is going to be our night's jacket, I think. We've just got here. My hair is probably very fluffy. I didn't realise I was filming for like 20 minutes of my drive into the hospital, but we've made it. We've popped on the night shift jacket. Here's my room that I've got. So I've just picked up a key. We have these like little keys that we have to pick up from a really weird location in like the middle of like the patient's waiting room for the ED. So it's like you like come in, you knock on the door, everyone's like around you, like sick, waiting, whatever, and you're like, oh, can I please have a key? And then they're like, yeah, no worries, or whatever. So we've got a key. This is our room. It's actually not too bad. I'll show you around. Door, obviously, the hangers. We've got an aircon, amazing. TV, if I felt so privileged to watch some TV. There's my aircon. We've got a bed, my mask there. Don't know what this stain is. I'm gonna flip that over. Oh, clean sheets. Little light, phone, desk. I've just popped all my stuff down there. So, yeah, we'll make it work. But let's go get handover. We'll get the admissions phone and then see if we need to do anything right away. Otherwise, we might just come back here and chill and wait for the calls to come through. So, yeah, let's do it. Been okay so far. So we've actually we admitted one person, we had a consult for another person, and we were gonna go and get some coffee, but as that little section of cafe I thought was open, I walked past, I was like, all right, I've just seen these two patients, let's go get some coffee. Closed. So I don't know, hopefully they just have instant coffee, because that's all I'm drinking now, and I better not have missed out on anything other than that. So yeah, anyways, we came prepared. We brought some pasta, so we've just heated that up. It's about 11:40, so almost, it's about quarter to midnight. So we've got ourselves a little coffee, some pasta. We've escaped back here, and yeah, just taking a bit of a debrief. We'll check in a little bit later on after we've had some food, but we might just nestle in. We might do some study and just enjoy the time so far. We accidentally called a random consultant. I looked at my phone and it was like calling this consultant. I was like, pocket. And then I get a call back from them being like, hey, you called me? And I was like, oh, I did not mean to call you. This is like at 11:30. I'm like, this is awkward. So I was like, oh no, I definitely did not mean to call you. And I definitely didn't. So I'm not sure what happened. I feel like these phones have minds of their own, you know. These are the phones actually as well. I don't know if I've spoken to you, but I feel like I'm talking to someone in particular. I don't know if I've spoken to you about this. These phones are what we hold on our person, and how other people call us to refer patients or whatever. So this is the phone, and yeah, this is how we get called. So no pages, well, I still have my mobile phone, but that's it. That is it there. So yeah, anyways, let's go eat and chill out and drink some coffee and just wait to see what comes in. I prefer to stay up as well with these night shifts. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, just sleep and everything. But I prefer to stay up so I can sleep during the daytime. And then if I have to work during the night, like in the following night, then I'll just do that. It is 4:25. So not too long left. Probably got another couple hours before we start to hand over. We've made ourselves a nice bit of tea, which is good. These mugs, I don't know, so these are the patients' mugs that can also be used by staff. We've got a couple in our common room, well, our essentially resident area. So we can use these, and they are actually not bad. I mean, they might look pretty average, but they make a good cup for just a good size cup of tea. What have we been doing? I mean, it's actually been pretty good so far. Apparently I was talking to some of the other medical doctors. It's been pretty busy for them, so I imagine it will be probably busy for us tomorrow. We might just alternate, a few medical patients, a few surgical patients, we'll see. But we just finished off an admission, which is an interesting one. So we will figure that out, what to do for that patient. And they might have a new diagnosis of cancer, and then they've got some new heart stuff as well. So bit of a tricky one, a few things that we need to talk about. It was a bit of a longer conversation, but we actually I think did okay with it. So yeah, what we're going to do now is just chill out. We might do some study, we might watch some TV. I was watching the footy match from the night before previously, and we got, I think, about halfway through the match, so we might do a couple of questions, then reward ourselves with a bit of the footy match, and then see how that looks. Otherwise we might just grab some sleep or something, who knows. If it's pretty good and we don't have too much to do, then we might just go from there. So first night so far, I mean, obviously we still got a few hours left, so can't call it too soon, but it's been a relatively,
nice ease into the whole week, but I'm sure it will get much busier and we won't have that much downtime. So yeah, we'll see how it all pans out. We didn't accidentally call any more consultants, which is good, but it is very easy to. The phone, like, you get 2 clicks, and if you accidentally click the center button, then it automatically starts dialing. So yeah, we'll try not to do that too much. As always, I think you just have something to do on night shift. Don't have anything that you need to do, but have things to do in your downtime. And I would recommend having stuff to do when you have no energy and you just need to survive. So like something like a bad TV show to watch, some people to talk to, some friends to hang out with. Or if you're feeling like productive and you want to like actually like energize your mind, then also have that sort of stuff to do as well. Maybe it's some research, maybe it's some practice questions, maybe it's some admin that you've been putting off for a while. Because you're in that work environment, you're in your work clothes, it's actually not a bad idea to get some of that stuff, done. Obviously do your job and make sure that's all sorted. But if you're feeling in that sort of productive mindset, yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea at all to do that. So yeah, make the most of it. And then you get to sleep when you go home. So anyways, let's get sorted and we can do some of that. Obviously gonna finish this cup of tea as well. We've currently finished the night shift. Unbelievable. The first night shift, we made it through. First night as a registrar, general surgery, we did it. We are currently running on empty fuel, so that is a bit of a loss. Like, I actually don't think we could have gone more than 250 more meters in the car if I tried. I don't know how this car is still running. I'm about 5 meters away from a fuel pump, so hopefully we can get there very, very soon. We did okay. We saw a few patients. There was 4 admissions. There was 1 consult. They were spaced out across the course of the night. It wasn't that bad. Now, what else do we have to deal with? Oh shit, I'm tired. I think like the main thing is first night shift, you're never gonna go as smooth as you can. Although that wasn't the busiest night shift in the world, we're going to need to fill it all the way up. Do I get something to eat here? That's the question. Probably not. Alright. Let's go fill up the fuel and then let's get home, and I'm probably going to crash as soon as I walk in that door. This is the problem with this whole night shift shebang. I've just popped on the maps and it's going to take me 42 minutes to get home, which is not ideal. Oh, that's after not a bad. Oh, let me start again. That's after not a bad night shift. So I just wish I could teleport home so I could go back to sleep. The good thing though was that we had a good crew on nights. Yeah, me and the resident, the ED doctors, they were fine. We had good connection. Good handover, good consultant on, just, giving me good feedback. It was so funny, in the evening, I messaged the consultant just before essentially when I was starting my shift, and I said, hey, I'm pretty junior, this is my first night shift as a reg, looks like we're going to be on together. Hopefully it's a good one. And then he essentially was like, oh, need to grow up. Boy, you need to grow up tonight. And I was like, yeah, I do, my guy. I really do. So that was funny, that message that boss sent me. He's a funny guy, I'll be honest. And I know him from working at other hospitals. He's a bit of a character. And in the nicest way possible. He'll from what I know, he'll go out on a limb for you and make sure that you're safe and make sure that you feel comfortable. But he'll have a joke in the meantime, which is a good thing, I think. You can't take yourself too seriously. Wow, I'm already feeling it. But yeah, so gave him a call towards the start of the night. He said, yeah, just,
sent me a message, and there you go. I messaged him in the morning, gave the plans for all the patients. It was easy, very, very easy. Now, I don't think all the consultants will be as straightforward as that, but it's nice to get a couple of runs on the board in terms of how that was done. How to get through the night, how to hold the phone all night, how to, go about admissions, how to update the consultants the morning of. And it's good. You just essentially just like give them a couple line summary of the patients that you accepted overnight, what your plan is, and then what to do with them. If you can summarize it like mild X on antibiotics, home when well, that's good enough for some consultants. Others may be like, oh, we want a bit more, we need to like make sure all these other things are being looked out for. So I need to focus on the road. I'm gonna stop talking, and this is night 1, done, completed. I'll see you guys for tonight. That's the worst part about this, is that when you start the next shift, it's the same day. So you feel like it's very, very limited. But yeah, if we get home at 10 to 9, get to sleep, hopefully get a 7-hour sleep, that would be elite. Wake up, crack on for the next shift. Let's do this. 1 down, 6 to go. Keep the energy high. It's gonna crash. It will probably crash by the end of tonight, I'll be honest. We might need to revive ourselves with a post-night shift Nando's or something. Or during night shift Nando's. Wow, dangerous. Also need some sunnies too. Here they are. Okay, see you guys tonight.